Burn belly fat fast by cutting out these 5 different foods. Sugary cereal, one of the worst ways to start your day. You're going to be very hungry very quickly after eating this. Why don't you have a higher protein, higher fat breakfast, or skip breakfast altogether and start eating at lunch? Second,
yeah, I agree with that 100%. Cereal is a terrible way to start your day because you'll get that insulin spike. You will just be flooding your body with sugars first thing in the morning, which is not a great way to go. It will cause you brain fog, and it will also have you crashing by about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Having a high protein, high fat breakfast prevents this, but also allows you to feel more satiated for longer. Alternatively, if you're not hungry in the morning, you don't need to eat breakfast. I think this idea that you have to eat breakfast in the morning is a social construct. Do not need to eat breakfast in the morning if you're not hungry. You can always just wait till lunchtime.
one is mini cucumbers. Joking, obviously. Second one is nuts. Now, nuts is a good snack, healthy, but very, very high calorie. 1/3 of this pot, so 100 grams, contains 700 calories, which for some people is almost half the amount of calories they need to be consuming every single day.
Yep, nuts is another one I've touched on this page before. Nuts are great, they are healthy, but do be aware they're very high in fat. So they do have a lot of calories, so it's very, very important that if you're in a fat loss phase, to probably steer clear of nuts, or if you are going to have some nuts, have a small handful maybe, and just make sure that you're being aware of the number of calories that are in them.
Super healthy food, but if you're not careful, you will ramp your calories up. If you put excessive amounts on a salad or even in a pan when you're cooking eggs, what you'll do is actually add as many calories just through olive oil as you're consuming in the whole rest of your meal. Another one that...
Yep, olive oil is another one. Most people actually do not track the calories from olive oil because it's quite easy to forget, right? So olive oil, butter, sauces, condiments, a lot of these foods are calories that are snuck in, which oftentimes you don't realize accumulate throughout the day. It's important to be aware that when you are trying to cut back your calories, minimize the olive oil, minimize the sauces and the condiments.
Another one of these hidden calorie foods is peanut butter. So peanut butter is not the worst thing to eat, but just be very careful of how many calories you're adding to a piece of toast. Add butter, add peanut butter. Your one little bit of toast could be 400-500 calories, which is excessive. The biggest reason people don't lose weight is because they snack in the evenings on food that they shouldn't be eating. Things like this. Evenings are a time when you have the opportunity to make the day a win and a weight loss day, not a loss and a weight gain day. So when you get to the evening, have a plan of what you're going to be having. Vegetables dipped in a small bit of hummus, herbal tea, anything that's going to take your mind off eating stuff like this. Palatable, calorie-dense foods is one of the worst things you can have in the evening because you're going to overconsume, go to bed with a calorie excess, you gain weight.
Absolutely, spot on. Having snacks like this in the evening can oftentimes ruin a whole hard day's work. So it's very, very important that if you are in the evening that you are aware of what your calories look like throughout the day, what snacks you can have that are high volume, low calorie, and go to bed not over consuming on your calories throughout that day.